Built by Rao Bika in the 12th century on the site of the future city, the Tekdi served as a makeshift palace for the royalty. Currently under renovation, the oldest structure in the town has an elaborate system of rainwater harvesting. The rainwater runoff from the terraces and courts is collected in two shallow wells on either side of the Tekdi. The water that once quenched royal thirst is now used for renovation and horticulture. On the western plains of Rajasthan, well and truly in the Thar, Bikaner boasts a barren sandy landscape with scrubby vegetation. The coarse and impervious soil of the area, Mudia Kankar, aids in water collection and was probably the main factor in the choice of the site for the city. The city, like all other medieval settlements, is built around a fortified palace. The old city, west of the fort, is also fortified, with several gates punctuating the massive crenulated walls. Within the city are ornate and elaborate havelis. The lack of potable groundwater and scanty rain coupled to make rain the only source of water for medieval Bikaner. Survival entailed collecting as much rain as possible, be it from the roof or off the ground. Our ancestors have left us a treasure in the simple sustainable methods of harnessing this precious natural resource. Each haveli was equipped with an underground taka which collected the rainwater piped down from its roof. This water provided for the occupants of the haveli for up to 2 years. In the case of a drought year, water was brought from nearby lakes and stored in the taka. Taking advantage of the naturally impervious soil, several water bodies were created by damming natural gradients. The talabs of varying sizes provided for the livestock as well as a fallback source for the people. In the rural areas, an ingenious solution was adopted: a shallow bowl of lime mortar with a shallow dug well in the center. The catchment bowl was kept clean during the monsoon and the water which collected in the well used for drinking and irrigation. The well was kept covered to limit evaporation and keep the water clean. Much can be learned today from the fact that the water in these kunds is still used to supplement the irregular supply. Almost a century has passed since the introduction of canal water in Bikaner. Ever since the Indira Gandhi Canal was commissioned, it has taken over the district. It runs like a lifeline along the northern edge, providing the much treasured sweet water. Water is drawn from the canal via sub-canals and pipes. Each village has a central tank from where the residents carry water home on camels to fill their tankas. Slowly but surely, rainwater has lost its value to the people, leaving the traditional systems of harvesting in various stages of disregard and disrepair. Bikaner is faced with the standard 21st century problems: overpopulation, rampant urbanization, and the lack of civic responsibility. Coupled with the freely available canal water, the city is far from the once resplendent Rajput capital. The takas and havelis now store canal water, and when it does rain, the roof is drained out onto the street. Taking the easy way out, people have let their traditional system literally go to waste. The system of canals in the city, which once channeled the rain to the lakes, now carries the sewage there instead. The excessive water usage, thanks to the canal, has led to the collapse of this open sewage system. In times of rain, they overflow, flooding the streets with sewage. Sursagar, right at the base of the fort, is the prime example. No doubt once used by the royalty, the lake is now covered in plastic, the water black and the stench emanating far and wide. There were once over 40 lakes around the city. Only a handful of these survive. The rest have succumbed to the constant urban pressure, having either been built over or quarried. Bikaner is a prime example of a Rajasthani town in its post-modernization throes. There has been a sea change in the attitude of the local community. The people of Bikaner have accepted dependence on the IG canal as a convenient alternative to the rainwater harvesting systems of old. Directly or indirectly, the fallout has been the completely chaotic sewage system because Rajasthani towns were simply never planned for excessive water availability. The water table in Bikaner has also receded further. There is a dire need of an initiative to remedy the situation. The theme of such an initiative would have to be a water management awareness program outlining the inherent advantages of collecting rainwater, explaining that this will not only induce self reliance but also recharge the water table of Bikaner. Perhaps the initiative should come from the community for whom clearly the problem is the biggest. It could be the first step to stopping the annual sewage flooding in Bikaner.
एक छत दो छत और ऊपर एक बड़ी छत है, उसका सारा पानी इकट्ठे होकर नीचे आ जाता है। साल 2 साल ख़त्म नहीं होता ये पानी।
The temples are as usual the only surviving legacy where rainwater is still treasured. The tankas are kept clean and water is collected religiously and used wisely. This manner of ecological awareness coupled with social wisdom can transform the already beautiful Bikaner into the ideal Rajasthani town.